Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ngayon po ay andito tayo sa Agribusiness Studio at ano lang to, initial broadcast lang natin habang piniperfect natin yung ating setup. At kasama ko si Alex ng Pinoy How To.
Hi!
Ayan. Si Alex din kasi ay nagra-run ng kanyang sariling YouTube channel, yung Pinoy How To. At of course, nagbe-venture din siya ng mga sarili niyang businesses. At most of the time ay, of course, nagtatanong din siya, nagko-consult anong dapat gawin. So we decided na, sige na nga, mag-podcast tayo. Mga actual na mga conversation namin dito sa bahay, paano mag-run ng isang business. Though hindi naman ako yung super expert, but yung mahabang years naman ng experience ko sa pagbi-business, somehow may insight naman. Tama ba, Alex?
Meron.
Ayan. So, before tayo mag-start mag-discuss, talaga ay gusto kong i-congratulate sa Alex doon sa magandang performance niya as a live reporter doon sa katatapos nating Agribusiness Connect. Sinurprise mo kami doon, ha? Hindi namin na-expect yung caliber na yan.
It's a different side.
Aha. Ayan. Anyway, sige, umpisahan natin.
Gusto mo bang matuto ng agribusiness, crops, livestock and poultry, aquaculture, at ma-inspire sa mga success stories? Agribusiness, how it works!
Lately kasi may isang major na kinoconsult si Alex sa akin about doon sa kanyang isa pang business. Can you give our audience a background doon sa business na yan?
Finally, I'm getting discussed in this channel. So I tried to experiment and try a business because all those years, for 3 years, I've been on Pinoy How To, and I was looking for the right business for me. So most people think I interview businessmen lang. Yung iba nga ano pa sa akin kasi ano ba naman yung host na yan, di marunong, yun ang sinasabi na sa akin. But what they don't know kasi is I'm also a student to every person that I interview. So I think most people don't know kasi na na kung ano yung lalabas sa video, it's because of the way you ask. If you give a good question, you get a good answer. If you give a pangit na question, you don't get the right answers that you want. So, ayun, as I was saying, I'm a student to every person that I interview. So, during those times na andun ako sa Pinoy How To, I've siguro nasabi na rin to sa first first vlog natin together na when you do something all the time, depending on the people who you're with, your mind is shifted dun sa kung sino yung kasama mo.
Okay.
Sino yung nakakausap mo. So, because yun nga ang environment ko most of the time. I've also asked myself a lot of times, what is the right business for me? So I think kasi as a person, I have, nakakapasama yan, but I do think I have a lot of skills that are, natutulog. Ganon. You know what's there. For example, when you told me na, you can host pala, ganyan. It's also something that I don't think I'm the best at, but I know I have skills in that area because I like to talk. Even in Pinoy How To, I like to talk. I like to learn from people. I like to interview. But it wasn't as clear
Okay.
what I wanted.
First, reaction ko lang dun sa sinabi mo na people are saying na comment ano ba naman tong host na to na ganyan. I think ang mas importanteng i-communicate mo dun sa audience mo is that you're a student trying to learn something in applying that learning to build your own business. Dapat malinaw na ma-communicate yon. Otherwise, kung hindi malinaw yon, nandun ka sa stereotype of a host, of the traditional host from the media, mainstream media, na ang host ay something na magaling, well-prepared, knows everything, kahit hindi naman. Diba? But they project something na on cam, ganito ako. Kailangan ma-communicate mo yan na you're not a TV broadcaster. You're not somebody pretending to be the best. But you're a student.
Yeah.
The same with your audience, trying to learn something from the resource person you're trying to interview. Diba? You're extracting information from that resource person para ma-share. That's your job. Okay? It's the same actually with agribusiness, diba? I'm not trying to pretend to be a expert. No, I'm not expert on agriculture. It's just that I understand the language of agriculture because I've been there for quite some time. But I'm not an expert. I'm not expert to, let's say, ano yung mga binabash ako na topics like yung mga animals, pets, di ba? I don't know anything about pets. No? I don't know how to hold a pet. Ganyan. Because wala ako doon eh. Hindi ko linya yan. So, if people will try to bash me because of that, di ba? It's okay. Kasi totoo naman na wala akong alam. Di ba? But, the people that want to learn something about that specific topic, that learn something. Ganun siya. So, ako para sa akin, don't be bothered. Kasi syempre, you're exposed and hindi mo naman makokontrol sino yung manunood. Though, of course, going back doon sa lagi kong sinasabi sa iyo na dapat meron kang niche, di ba? But still, kahit na may niche ka, may mga taong maliligaw at manunood. At probably, yun yung mga nagko-comment ng hindi maganda. Because they don't understand. They don't know you. They don't know the channel. They don't know your purpose.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is, all throughout nandun ako sa Pinoy How To, I was trying to figure out then for myself, like, which business pa do I fit in? Because I realized I'm not for food business. So, dami ng food business na na-interview ko, na-realize ko na, oh my God, I'm gonna do this every day. I'm gonna be the one to replace people na ako magluluto. And like, I do that every time. Not that I don't like cooking. I like to cook. But like, the experience of like doing like this one task all throughout is parang di ko kaya. Yun yung naisip ko. And like, na-realize ko na food business literally takes all of your day, all of your life. Because you think of the customer experience, of the recipe, of yung pagiging uniform na how you serve, the taste pa. As in, it's very consuming in every way. Yun. So I realized na maybe food is not for me. And then I also thought na before, like, I wanted to franchise something. But, buti na hindi ko rin natuloy yun. Because it turns out, it's kind of fad. Parang fad siya kasi nag-die down na yung trend na yun. So, wala, hindi ko siya pinasok. But I also know that, I also like systems, you know, like, I like repetitive, but not talaga cooking eh. There's something about cooking na parang hindi ko matatagalan. So, I wanted to start another business for another source. Also, I feel like sa Pinoy How To kasi, I have a lot of knowledge coming to me, but like it's different when you practice something. Parang it's not anymore, iba kasi diba pagka alam mo lang, compared dun sa you practice it and like you live it out. Yun. So, the goal really is, when I started an Airbnb business, na-realize ko na I like it because every time I travel sa Pinoy How To, ang nasasabi ko, sana ganito, sana ganito. So, sabi ko, oh nga no, like, maybe I like Airbnb. I like interiors, I like design. So, parang, like, some parts of me, like, like, drawn doon. So, yun. Another goal is, I wanted to be seasoned din sa pag negosyo. Like, hindi lang yung, I hear a lot of people doing this, or I've done this, but like, can I also do it? Ganon. Yun ang goal ko talaga. It's to be a seasoned, businessman. Para kapag ka nag-interview ako, you know, like, you know the connection because you understand where they went through and you understand what they're talking about and you can ask deeper questions kasi kapag you know how to be there.
Medyo mahaba yung discussion, mahaba yung explanation kasi nga this is a parang somehow a family matter na dinidiscuss natin along the way. So maraming nagsasanga-sanga na mga issues. But balikan ko lang yung sinasabi mo. Yeah, naintindihan ko yun. Parang ang sinasabi mo, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you need something na business, na hands-on ka, just to prove na ikaw na nasa Pinoy How To ay business owner din. Something like that. Or na-experience mo. Ano yung sinasabi nila, naintindihan mo kasi na-experience mo rin yan. Is that what you're trying to say?
Not entirely. Siguro the last parts na kung what they're talking about, I've also experienced it. And so, I can ask deeper questions.
Okay.
Na kailangan talaga ng mga nagnenegosyo.
Hindi naman yung issues na something like you need to do this to establish a reputation that you're a businessman also, a businesswoman. Hindi ganun.
No. This is, the main reason why I wanted to try this is because I really want to learn. And learning is not just hearing, but also doing for me.
Okay.
Kasi kagaya nun, ang dami kong decision na parang narinig ko na to sinabi nito, ganito gawin ko. But like, when you're in that situation, it's different. Like, how do you think? Like, it really shifts how you think and how you respond.
Okay.
Yun.
So that's the reason why you started your own Airbnb business.
Yes.
Kinoconsult ni Alex lately sa akin is about, of course, all problems, di ba? All businesses ay may kanya-kanyang challenges, may kanya-kanyang problems, di ba? And yun nga, kagaya ng sinabi mo, marami kang naririnig, ni-interview mo, but pag nandun ka na, doon mo marirealize exactly pag andun ka na. Which is also happening to me, no? Kahit yung mga nakadaan businesses or bagong businesses, bagong venture, di ba? Even yung conduct namin ni Sofia ng Agribusiness Connect, maraming bagong challenges doon, di ba? Ang dami naming natutunan. So, tuloy-tuloy yun. Okay. So, in your end, ano ba ang natutunan mo sa Airbnb business?
Tanong mo na muna si Daddy, ba't hindi siya support?
Oh, yeah!
Tanong mo na.
Okay.
That is a big question.
What?
Bakit never mong pinromote ang Senya Studios?
Airbnb?
Yes, my Airbnb.
Hindi naman sa hindi kita sinusuportahan. Sobra naman yun.
Oh my God! Naging personal!
Ano, naiiyak si Daddy.
Hindi.
Ay, naiiyak si Daddy.
Hindi.
Wala ako na.
Hindi. Bakit ba? Actually, happy naman ako na gusto mong mag-put up ng another business kasi gano'n naman talaga na actually ang isang tao hindi ka naman pwedeng makontento sa isang business lang. 'Di ba? Kaya darating yung time na you need to diversify and to create more stream of income, 'di ba? Ang sinasabi ko lang, that's too soon for you because you're still learning from your main business.
So, Airbnb business. For you, as how many years na businessman?
Since I started doing business at the age of 21.
Okay, I got it. So, before you decided that this will be your business, how did you decide na this is it?
It's something that I like to do. It's something that I was attracted to do it, not primarily to earn money, but it's something that maging enjoy ako. That was when I was younger. Yeah, because I have a work. I have a full-time job and I'm doing a good career. So, nagbe-business ako because our TV shows is teaching how to do business. So, it's the same thing na like you're mentioning Pinoy how to, you're learning and then you want to establish your own business. Parang ganon. So, ginagawa ko yon para wala akong bakanting oras. Despite of I'm too busy with my job, with my work, still, pag may bakanting oras, gagawin ko pa rin in producing a product na pwede kong ibenta. Yung ganon. So, ganon yung mga unang businesses, hindi para yumaman, para lang mag-explore. To learn, basically. Yeah. Ganon yung mga nauna until dumating doon sa punto na I need to give up my job because I need to go full-time in doing business. Yeah, iba na yon. Kasi ang ano na doon is kailangan mo ng kumita. Kailangan mabawi mo yung ano yung nawala sa'yo as yung compensation doon sa work. Dapat mas malaki dapat ang pumasok doon sa ginibap mo. So, iba na yung challenge. Iba na yung usapan doon.
Okay. So, maybe in that story, baka andun pa ako sa like, I'm exploring. Yun. Kaya ako nag-Airbnb. So, is it something that you would be able to relate to? Like, naalala mo ba yung sarili mo doon? Na nag-explore ka?
Ang difference siguro is that I did a lot of business but I'm doing it one at a time. Hindi ako nagsasabay-sabay. So I have to do this business. Pag nakita ko it's not working, stop. Then find another one. Ganon siya. Hindi ako yung pagsasabayin ko. Kasi alam ko naman hindi ko kayang i-manage yun. Yeah. Kasi yung ang learning kasi doon, in every business, may sariling challenge. Maraming challenges, maraming problems. And kailangan mo yun pagtuunan ng pansin. If you're doing 3 businesses at the same time, you're spreading yourself too thinly. And if hindi ka pa establish sa isang business or main business, you might suffer. Yeah. And kung konting i-connect ko lang, kaya siguro sinasabi mo, I'm not supporting. Kasi magkaiba tayo ng experience ko. Paano ko ginawa is entirely different kung paano mo siya ginagawa.
Yeah.
But it's not that I'm not supporting you. Di ba?
Yeah.
Wait lang, nasaktan siya dun eh.
Sisot nagsabi nun din naman ako eh.
Yeah, and naman guys, knowing you guys na your generation, kayo naman hindi po pwedeng pigilan.
Daddy, stop!
He's getting the sympathy of his audience.
Sige.
When you first heard the idea of me wanting to start this Airbnb business, I think that was at the very beginning. That's really your POV.
No.
That's your POV na parang,
No,
why would I start?
I even encourage you to feature somebody who's into Airbnb to
Yeah,
get
which I
information.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
Yun. But, nung Pero iba kasing reaction mo nung nag-start ako ng Airbnb eh. Aminin mo. Right? Because that was your POV. And I think it all just boils down to we do things differently. Like, there is I don't know, kasi iba rin yung generation nyo talaga. I think it's really our generations differ talaga and like, they think differently. And personality, like, what I always say, na hindi tayo bagay na, hindi tayo bagay magkasama sa totoo lang. 'Di ba? Alam mo yan. Kasi hindi ako yung mo, like, ka-drive mo, gets mo yun? Oo, 'di ba? Anyway, I feel like you really have a different perspective when I started yung Airbnb business. But yeah, I also don't take it negatively kasi na hindi po ako finiture. I don't take it negatively kasi alam ko like, well, I also know that you kind of disagree because that's your perspective as a businessman. And I respect that. Like, I'm not making you agree to what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing is, I'm trying to learn on my own. Kasi, alam ko naman, like, you're not forever.
Ay, mami,
Hindi, like, no, like, everyone's not forever on this earth. And like, a lot of people are telling me na, oh, buti na lang may ganyang kaklaseng dad na you can talk to, like, he has a vision, like, he knows what he's doing, and I can always come up to him. So, I feel like I also have opportunities that I can maximize. Not just you, but like having a job is like an opportunity na, like, I have a lot of people I can interview. Yun, I don't take it negatively na you have a different perspective. But also, when you said na hindi kayo mapipigilan yung generation namin, which is, I would agree also na ako kasi as a type of person, I have to prove it to myself na I can't talaga. Like, I have to see it with my own eyes na I can't. Like, ikaw kasi you're very, like, I would say you're very protective and you kind of raised us na, well, as for me, sheltered? That's the term? Protective, sheltered. Parang, it's very safe. My point is, alam ko nga na you have a different perspective. Of course, like, you've had, like, how many years of experience doing business. But, like, I'm in the early years of doing it. So, parang, for me, even if, I understand na, even if you disagree, I'm just, walking on my own path. Because you've discovered it for yourself na, like, parang kung you have data of, like, what you know you should do. But for me, like, I gotta know. I gotta know what I gotta know. If that makes sense.
It's like this eh. For me kasi, kung ano yung natutunan ko yun the hard way.
Yeah, and
It's
you
really
don't
the
want
hard
me
way.
to go
And wala
through-
akong mentor, wala akong parents na magme-mentor sa akin on what to do.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. Because since you went through it the hard way,
And why you,
would
you
say
why you want to do
go
it the hard way
too.
also.
Exactly. I know that's where you're coming from. That's why I understand na ganun nga. But for me kasi sa isip ko, I need to be able to stand on my own feet. Oh my God! Ayun, for me, I need to learn. Ayan, naiyak.
Grabe ka doon.
I mean, no, it's not the negative way. Kasi parang, ang hirap naman na ito. Kasi like, when I look at you and mom, parang, it just makes me want to learn. It makes me want to learn grit. Since you learn things the hard way. I know you don't want me to go through the hard way. Pero, sometimes I don't know. It's like, and I can't rely on, like, just you giving me advice all the time. So, like, what if there's no one to give me advice anymore? Like, how strong can I be? For me, that's it. It's me getting into training. Na if I'm alone, can I survive? Ganon.
Okay.
Of course, I wouldn't be alone, diba? But like, as long as I have what I have right now, you have to maximize what you have. You have to be smart because not everybody has it.
But you're smart.
I am, but like, I need to be trained. You know? You know what I mean? This is for me training season. So like, even if, yung mga issues ako sa Airbnb business na, I don't know. Dami, yun na, lalabas na sila yung mga natutunan ko. Yun, so like, yun nga, it's a training season. It's like for me, it's like getting myself out there. Now, what if wala na nga akong mag-advise sa akin? Diba? Like, di naman forever na may like support system ako na magtuturo sa akin, ganyan. But what if I'm alone? Can I do it? Can I survive? Kasi how I see business, it's not, I think the beauty of business is, like a good businessman will know how to survive in a tough situation. Na even if you don't have anything, you can make money because you have this. Because it's not about how much money you have. It's how you make use of what you really have besides money. Like look at what's around you. How do you make something out of that? That's how I see business. And so, that's also the reason bakit wala naman ako maraming ipon. But like, na-realize ko kasi na, nung nag-US tayo, I spent my money on what? Material things. Bags, clothes. Tapos pag-uwi ko sa Pilipinas, sabi ko, oh my God, nabawasan yung ipon ko. Saan ko ginamit? Tapos, may audacity ako sabihin na, wait lang, pag na-reach ko na tong amount ng money na to, pwede na ako mag-business. Which I realized, oh my God, I am so full of excuses. Like, saving, I have made saving as an excuse. Like, it's not, so doon ko nalaman na, it's not money nga talaga. Like, a lot of people tell me sa Pinoy How To. It's not about how much money you have. It's about how you use it to, paano mo multiply yung meron ka. So, for me, nakita ko na, nabawasan lang yung pera ko. Pero, hindi siya nabawasan lang siya, hindi siya nadagdagan. Tapos parang, kaya ko naman pala gumastos sa US. Tapos, hindi ko kayang simulan yung negosyo na mas mahalaga, na mas towards the future. Like, what age am I? Tapos, ginastos ko lang sa ganon. So, parang yun yung wake-up call sa akin na, you're so full of excuses. You gotta do what you gotta do. Kasi I've been thinking about this for 2 years. So, a lot of people sa Pinoy How To would tell me na, think about it a lot of times. Like, if you thought about it 3 times, think about it another time. So, for me, I went really overtime, thinking and thinking and thinking, to the point I was paralyzed. I didn't do anything up to the point na I spent it. And now, what do I have? It's even kulang for the Airbnb business. So, that is my first lesson.
Oh, well, at least you mentioned that is a lesson.
Yeah.
Diba? So, ganun naman. If you were not able to experience something, hindi mo malalaman yung lesson. At least may lesson doon. Kaya, yun naman ang importante.
What do you think about me choosing the hard way? I think that's one of the questions.
I think it's not just for you, it's for the whole generation, of your generation talaga. It's something like that. I mean, hindi lang naman ako, 'di ba? I have friends, 'di ba, into business. Di hamak na mas successful sa akin, mayayaman talaga. And that's also their struggle. Bakit yung kids nila wanted to do it the hard way? Andyan na, kukunin lang, itutuloy lang, and yet, they want to do something, another thing. Diba? Na pag mag-uusap kami, ba't ganito mga generations na, ba't ganito sila mag-isip? Ang gagaling, pero wala namang ma-produce na maraming pera.
Oh, okay. Kasi which is always the end point of doing business, like...
Exactly. Yun naman ang bottom line. I mean, bakit ka nagnenegosyo, di ba? Oh, hindi naman masama. Hindi naman masama yun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yun yung perspective ko. Hindi masama. So, anong gusto mong itanong? Kasi, pag ako magtatanong, baka mabago yung perspective.
Oo nga, kasi yung questioning mo pang, I don't know how to explain it. But it's not bad, but like, I get it. Anyway, so, ano nang next mong itatanong?
So, ano yung learnings mo so far? Kung di ba, you did the hard way, you said. Okay, so ano yung mga learnings mo?
Learnings ko, I think dito na natin pati ibalik yung mga naging problems ng pinag-usapan natin.
Ang nag-stand out na tanong mo sa akin is that about Airbnb. So, ang pinoint out ko sa iyo is you have to really know your market. You have to understand your clients. And doon ka magfo-focus. Doon ka gagawa ng decision, ng marketing strategies. And yan ang gagamitin mo kasi yung marketing strategies mo to increase your sales. So, unless naintindihan mo yon, pag hindi mo how many times ko na in-explain to sa agribusiness for my subscribers sa pinupuntahan, lagi kong pinupoint out yan na you really have to know
Your
yung market. Unless pag hindi mo siya naintindihan, wala, you're barking at the wrong tree. 'Di ba? So, kailangan mo siya naintindihan. At ang question mo sa akin, ang question ko sa iyo is that, sino yung market mo? Di ba?
Yeah.
And anong sinagot mo?
Very interesting question. Sino yung market ko? And I answered na I really want it to be mixed. And then you told me, that's never gonna work. You can never have a mixed market. Either you target the younger ones or you target the older ones. Or else, magiging halo-halo. Hindi magiging clear yung message mo sa target mo. And magre-reflect yon visually. For example, for my unit, magiging chop suey yan. That's the part that I really like. I really learned. Yun.
Kasi, okay, we're not supposed to mention names, but you have friends na trying to say, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Things like that. You have to change your interiors. You have to change your design to attract the bigger audience, which is ang sabi nila ang pinakamalaking market ng Airbnb is the older
capacity.
one. Yeah, by capacity, the older one. So they want to change yung ideas mo, yung design and all, di ba? But I said, no, you're not supposed to do that. Kasi kung ang gusto mo na i-target are the younger generation, which is yung ka-generation mo, importante yon because you know yung behavior ng audience na gusto mong i-target. Kasi it's exactly you.
Myself.
Diba? Kaya sabi ko, you're not supposed to change that. Kasi hindi mo naman alam paano mag-react yung ka-age ko na, so hindi mo siya mata-target Kasi pag-aaralan mo muna yung ka-age bracket ko bago mo siya maintindihan. In your case, naintindihan mo na.
Because it's already me.
Yeah. So, ang question dito is how big or how small the market. 'Di ba? Kung sabihin natin at my age is probably 60% of the market ng Airbnb and yung ka-generation mo ay probably 30% lang, 'di ba? No problem. Stick with the 30%.
Really? And you don't think it's a problem that you stick to the 30%?
Because 30% is 30%. How much is that? You cannot even serve that 30%. Right? So, hindi mo kayang i-serve yung 30%. Ang gagawin mo lang is i-communicate yung messaging mo for the 30%. Para yung 30% ang ma-attract mo nang mag-book sa'yo. Diba? That's simple. Ganun lang. So, sabi ko sa'yo, it's a good thing na may nag-a-advise. But sino ba talaga ang market mo? If you know yung market at naintindihan mo sila at alam mo anong gagawin for them para mag-book sila sa'yo, regardless mas maliit na market, do it. Anyway, kahit na 10% yan, you cannot serve that 10%. Diba? So, pag kinommunicate mo yun ng tama, kahit 10% lang yung market, it's more than what you need to book. Diba? So, yun, ganun lang kasimple. Ganun lang kasimple. Going back to what we're doing for vlogging, let's say for example, itong ginagawa natin, definitely the younger generation might not be interested watching this kind of video, 'di ba? But it's okay. 'Di ba? In the internet, mas malaking market is the younger generation, 'di ba? Probably composed of probably 60%, 'di ba? That 40% na natitira for the older generation, sobrang laki pa rin noon. Sobrang laki noon. And probably, baka nga, yung numbers of subscribers ko, wala pa yun. Kakatiting lang na percentage yun of the older generation. So, ang dami ko pang kailangan gawin to get that market. So, I don't need to change my mindset to attract the younger generation. Ang kailangan kong gawin is to make it sure na ma-corner ko yung target audience ko talaga.
Yeah.
And in terms of business, okay, ang implication niyan, kasi 'di ba, pag naintindihan mo yung market mo, gagawa ka ng marketing plan, 'di ba? Imagine mo pag ang laki-laki, ang huge ng market na gusto mong i-target, kaya ba ng budget mo to do a marketing for that huge market? Then you will be spending a lot of money. Pero kung naka-target ka in a smaller group, di ba ka mas maliit din yung marketing need mo, yung marketing expense mo, getting that small niche. Yeah.
So, ang nasabi mo sa akin nun, kasi ito na, isa pang natutunan ko kasi, like, when you're there, you will hear a lot of voices. I think I'm in that position na, I get a lot of voices, a lot of opinions. Positive opinions, negative opinions, facts, suggestions. Yan. Like, they're all in front of you. But like, talking to you, I was reminded na you have to choose who you listen to. And ito yung sinasabi ko sa'yo na parang naririnig ko lang to sa Pinoy How To, sinasabi sa akin to ng ini-interview ko. But like, it's different pala when you're there. Na this time I recognize, oh, this is it. This is what they're talking about. And I get, well, the benefit of doing Pinoy How To is like, I get to recognize yung mga, alam mo yun, na ito na yung sinasabi nila. And so I get to choose because I heard their stories. I know that in this situation, you get to choose. You get to decide. I think that's yung ano ko doon.
You have to decide
Advantage.
which information is best for you.
Yeah. So when you told me, choose who you're gonna listen to. Why are you gonna listen to someone who wants to exit this kind of business? And why are you not listening to someone who's thriving in this business? For me, because it was the availability, like who's surrounding me, proximity, like who's around me. So, yun. So, it's important pala that I place myself in the proximity of those na alam yung ginagawa nila. And like, they know, like, they have the life that like the goal. They're living the goal that I want. Yun. So, that's one of the things that I learned.
Yeah. In addition to that,
Because they can be right. Yun nga eh. Kasi they were
lahat
right.
lahat naman tama. Okay, lahat naman tama. It's just that right information is not the best
fit.
for you.
Not the best fit.
Yeah. Yun nga, kung tama yung sinabi mo na why you listen to these advices kung sila mismo ay umaayaw. Because ang explanation ko sa iyo doon ay hindi Airbnb actually yung main business niya. It's rental business is iba-iba rin. Iba-iba. Airbnb is a rental business but entirely different from other rental ng houses or ng boarding houses or other kind of rentals, di ba? Magkakaiba yun. Iba yung discipline, iba yung requirement, iba yung marketing, iba yung client.
Yeah.
So ang sinasabi ko sa iyo, 'di ba, if you want to pursue Airbnb, go to the best person na doing good in that kind of business. Like probably we can mention si Paul Alcoreza, 'di ba? You
Yeah, I
featured
totally
him,
forgot
'di ba?
about
I was the one who encouraged you to feature him, 'di ba? And he's doing good in that kind of business. And 'di ba? You can always ask him.
Mas malapit.
Mas malapit yung ginagawa niya sa gusto mong gawin. So, yung information na ibibigay niya ay mas fit dun sa need mo. Yeah. Yeah, ganun siya. Naliwanagan ka. No?
Yeah.
Kasi importante yan eh. Kanino ka makikinig or kanino ka kukuha, kanino ka pupulot ng tamang information, best for you, and knowing your market.
Kanino ka kukuha ng information na best
For
fit.
you. And knowing the market. Really, the marketing, napaka-importante yon.
Yeah.
Yan, yung mahabang discussion na yan, okay, anong effect sa'yo?
Eye-opening. Kasi yun nga, parang this time, I see it. Like, it's in front of me, yung situation. But, ang effect sa akin, it's good. Ano sabihin ko? It's good. I mean, kasi nung una kong narinig yun, I mean, ano yun, ay sobrang dami kong narinig na na opinions, suggestions, which again, are not bad. They're all good. Pero para akong nung nakapag-usap tayo, like, it was very, tawag doon, enlightening na I have to, like, think bigger. Yun ang ang nakuha ko dun.
Yeah, so that was 2 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago. So far, ano nang ginagawa mo?
Yeah, I stick to, like you said, stick to your design. Survey, ask yung mga naging clients ko na nag-book, ba't sila nag-book. And ngayon, marketing, I'm just really trying to focus on marketing. Kasi nga, yung usapan natin, you have to communicate to your market. Dapat klaro yung message mo sa kanila. So, yun, mas nag-focus ako ngayon sa marketing. Even though since this is a trial, this is a trial period, 6 months. Ayun. I'm just trying to push dun sa marketing ko pa. Na mas targeted talaga. Kasi yung tinatanong ko nga ngayon, I'm trying to figure out kung saan ba ako nagpo-promote, andun ba yung market ko.
Okay.
Kasi na-realize ko na yung target ko ngayon, ang sinet ko talaga, yung mga gustong gumastos. I'm not sure if people on Facebook are the ones who really like to spend like a specific amount na hindi budgeted. Ang tinatry ko kasing target yung hindi masyado nagtitipid. Like you would go to the place kapag alam mong isaspendan mo yung sarili mo. Yun. So, medyo kino-question ko yung iba kong steps na fit ba siya dun sa mga taong tina-target ko.
Kung yung age bracket mo ay willing to spend that much.
Actually, meron kasi talagang sa market ko. Kagaya ko, kasi sa ako nga yung market, I would spend on myself. Kapag ibubook ko yung place ko. Pero, ang mga tao kasi sa Facebook, sila yung mga nagtitipid. So,
Kailangan nating i-rephrase yan kasi baka hindi yung tao sa Facebook, baka yung age bracket mo na nasa Facebook, sila yung nagtitipid. Kasi yung age bracket ko na nasa Facebook are willing to spend.
Okay, that's a good insight. Ulitin mo nga.
'Di ba? Kasi importante yung age bracket as far as yung spending, yung capacity to spend, 'di ba? Ay nasa age bracket 'yan. Hindi doon sa platform. Okay? So probably the age bracket mo might not be wala sa Facebook yung willing to spend.
Baka
But baka nasa Instagram.
yeah, exactly.
Oo. But yung older generation, just like me, nasa Facebook. Na willing to spend. Yun. So, kailangan mong, is it the platform? Baka hindi tamang platform.
Meron kasi yung ibang ginagawa. Ewan ko kung dapat mo itong i-disclose ha. Ikaw na bahala mag-decide. Minsan kasi yung mga tao sa Airbnb, nagmo-move sila sa Facebook. Kasi walang additional charges. Yun yung sinasabi ko. So, yun.
Ganito yan kasi. Yung price, willing to spend, subjective yan. Subjective yan. Okay. Pwede kong sabihin na, okay, ano pala, medyo pricey. Yung rate mo. Because yung spending capacity or not just the capacity, yung behavior ko in spending ay medyo mataas na yung level na yan. But there are people na pag sila nakakita, sasabihin, mura naman to. Kasi nga, nandun siya sa mas open to spend. Okay, so subjective yan. Kasi pwede mong sabihin na yung rate mo ngayon ay medyo high para doon sa younger generation. But there are people na sabihin niya na mura. Namumurahan pala, di ba? Let's put it this way. Kagaya, alimbawa, magda-dine-in ka. Ng dine-in, ng restaurant, fine dining. Di ba? Nag-fine dining ka, namamahalan ka. Di ba? Kasi, para sa'yo, mahal yon. But there are people na sasabihin nila, dito tayo mag-dine kasi sobrang mura. Pero actually, doon sa level ko, ang mahal-mahal na nun. Ganon. So, siguro, sa case mo, yung younger generation, na medyo mapera talaga, parang magmukhang mura. Sobrang mura mo, kumpara to iba. Pero actually, yung mga hindi maka-afford na natanggal na doon sa equation. Na, making sense ba? Lalong gumulo.
Hindi. Like, if put it in a sentence, ang gawin mo, yun, tuloy mo lang. Ang gawin mo,
It's subjective nga talaga. Ang mura sa'yo,
hindi mura sa lahat.
ang mahal sa'yo, hindi mahal sa lahat. Mura sa iba. Di ba? So, sabihin na natin, okay, ito yung pie of the market, di ba? 100% is the people who wanted to book Airbnb. Di ba? Sinabi na natin kanina na 60% of that ay older generation. So, tinanggalan natin yung 60%. Andun na lang tayo sa 40% na younger generation. Then, i-divide mo ulit yon yung 40%. Ilang percent of that 40% ang namumurahan or namamahalan?
Doon sa presyo
Sa
mo.
presyo mo. Okay, ano ang gusto mong
Targetin.
i-targetin doon? Yung namumurahan sila. Di ba? Namumurahan sila. That's probably 50% of the 40% na younger generation. That 40%, ano naman yan, i-divide mo na naman yon. So 20% of that 40%, o 50% of that 40% ay those na medyo may kaya. Di ba? So, dun ka. Pag-aralan mo na naman yon. So, yung 40% kanina, may malalaglag na naman doon. Laglag na naman yung mga can't afford. So, yung natira na lang na younger generation na can afford and feeling nila mura. Despite of mahal siya compared to other Airbnb services. So, doon ka na naman maggagawa ng communication mo, ng messaging mo.
Yeah.
So, it's not enough na magme-messaging ako for the younger generation.
Yeah.
No.
Specified.
Specified. So, given that, no, so ang niching ay pinapaliit mo ng pinapaliit yung pie. 'Di ba? Kasi nga, going back to the premise na hindi naman natin kayang i-serve yung 100% because it's too costly, it's not practical. So, punta ka lang doon sa niche mo. And then sa niche mo, ini-niche mo pa yun ng ini-niche. Hanggang ma-pinpoint mo exactly sino lang yung mga tao na kailangan mong i-attract. And then, doon ka magbe-base kung gaano kalaki ang spending mo for marketing. Kaya mo bang bawiin yung cost of marketing mo?
Pag sila ang ni-reach ko.
Yes. 'Di ba? So again, ang business, it's not, there are business na paramihan ng kliyente. But there are business na isang kliyente lang, buhay na siya for 5 years. May mga ganong businesses.
Yeah.
'Di ba? 'Di ba mas maganda 'yan na sometimes isang giant business pero one client. And buhay siya for one contract for 5 years. Versus tingi-tingi. Napakadaming client. Maliliit. So, depende sa'yo anong gusto mo. Kasi parehas naman yan business eh. Parehas naman yan kikita ng pera pag na-manage mo ng tama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think strategic din kasi yung in-advise sa akin na maybe if it's your first unit, maybe you should go dun sa mas mabilis kikita instead of yung smaller market.
Well,
Parang hindi na siya, based sa lahat ng discuss mo sa akin, like, ang dami mong dapat i-consider. So, parang hindi siya totally hits the mark. That makes sense.
bottom line, yun ba yung gusto mo? Pag hindi yun ang gusto mo, that will not work. Kasi it's against you. Di ba? Kasi kailangan mo siya ma-imbibe. Kung ito yung gusto mong market, dapat yung market na yun nasa sayo, sa sarili mo. Kasi the way you think, di ba? Ay para doon sa market na yon. Pag hindi kayo naka-in-sync, problema yon. Unless you're willing to adapt. Kailangan mo siya maintindihan. Not really to adapt, but kailangan mo siya talaga maintindihan.
Yeah.
Paano siya mag-isip? Alam mo, napuforce mo paano siya mag-isip para alam mo paano mo siya i-capture as an audience, as a client.
So you will really have to go through like the studying part. Even though ako na mismo yon, tama ba?
It makes your life easier. Yeah. At least alam mo, yung sa dami ng problems, nag-i-eliminate ka.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tama ba ako nang intindi na even though I myself am the target na, there will still be parang studying
Still, yes.
kung paano ko ita-target ito
Yes. But at least you understand them.
better.
Yeah.
I understand them better. Okay.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi yan muna talaga eh. Maintindihan muna talaga siya eh. Pag naintindihan mo na yon, it's so easy to create communication for them. And then, yeah, it's even easier to find them. Asan sila? Kasi naintindihan mo. Ikaw, saan ka? Is it in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube?
Instagram.
Oh. So,
Instagram.
so in-answer mo na.
Yeah. Given that situation, no, I think like one of my biggest questions is, how do you toughen yourself when it comes to, since nga andito na sa situation na parang so many voices, both negative and positive, yun, like, more on the negative siguro. Like, how do you toughen yourself to just not give a shit about some things that brings you down? Kasi doon ka na-realize na parang, ano pala talaga to, no, sinasabi nila, pag nagnegosyo ka daw, dapat matatag ka. Kasi yun pala yung sinasabi nila na, ang dami nga pala kasi mag-comment sa'yo na, ano, ganito ka, ganyan ka, or like, baka hindi mo kaya. Like, there's so many opinions and suggestions. So, like, how do you toughen yourself na, yun, like, sometimes you just don't give a shit about things.
Again, going back, sino yung market mo? Kailangan naintindihan mo siya. Kasi kahit sino nagko-comment dyan, if it's not your market, useless. Hindi ka dapat maapektuhan. Di ba? What matters is, yung na-identify mo ng market mo, ay ma-close mo siya. Doon ka mag-concentrate. No, huwag yung sasabihin nung, let's say, okay, ginawa natin yung pie, divide na natin, di ba? Natira na lang sa'yo 2% of the whole pie. Kahit yung 90% mag-comment yan ng bad against you, hindi ka na dapat nasasaktan yun kasi hindi mo siya market, hindi ka naman kikita pag i-entertain mo siya eh. But, kung nagsasalita is the 2%, makinig ka. Kasi lahat ng gagawin mo is towards them para ma-close mo siya. Kasi market mo yan eh. Sa'yo na yun eh. Ba't makakawalan mo sa'yo yun? Ngayon yung hindi mo market, magsalita siya against you, who cares? Klaro. Okay, going back,
So it's
to make it
really
very simple, no? Going back to the blogging, no? May bad comments. Hindi naman natin yan matatanggal because you're exposed.
Yeah.
Online, di ba? Ano public figure ka na eh, di ba? So talagang meron talagang magko-comment dyan sa'yo. Okay? But upon reading the comment, titignan mo, is this your audience or not? Makikita mo naman eh. Obviously, isang basa mo lang alam mo eh. Di ba?
Oo.
Reading the comment, they don't even know your name. 'Di ba? Paano masasabing audience mo 'yan? Hindi ka nga kilala. Obviously, hindi ka niya kilala. Obviously, naligaw lang siya. And, hayaan mo lang siya kasi hindi importante yun. 'Di ba? If you have 500, how much yung subscribers mo?
590?
Okay, 590,000 subscribers, 'di ba? Pag may nakita kang bad comment na 10, ma-hurt ka ba? You have 590 subscribers against 10 bashing? They're not your market. 'Di ba? They're not your market. So, kung malinaw sa iyo 'yon, na hindi siya yung target audience mo, pag may mabasa ka man, nakangiti ka lang kasi alam mo naman na hindi siya ang audience mo. So, hindi ka na-hurt.
Yeah.
Ganun din, going back to your business, any advice ng anybody na within your circle, pag alam mo naman na hindi, in the first place, hindi mo siya market, ba't ka ma-hurt sa sinasabi niya? Hindi mo nga siya market, hindi ka nga niya naintindihan in the first place.
Okay. So, sabi ni Mommy, ikaw daw, nung nag-work ka sa ABS, you just don't give
Damn.
you just don't give a damn sa mga sinasabi ng mga tao paligid mo. Kasi, sabi nila, like everywhere naman, I think when you really work outside, it's a lot of pakikisama, ganyan. And a lot of politics. That's what you always say. So, paano mo na titiis? Or like, paano mo na tinag yung ganun na toxic culture and yet you're still, I think strong here. Yun. Na, you just don't give a damn. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Again, going back, ano ba yung purpose mo?
But what about you when you were there?
Yeah, ano bang purpose ko? Ba't ko andon? Ba't ako andon? Nagtatrabaho ako kasi mayroon akong pamilya na umaasa sa akin na kailangang kumita ng malaki somehow. Hindi naman ganun kalaki. Kasi nga, again, ang presyo is subjective, di ba? But sa level ko, at that time, malaki yon, di ba? So, mga katrabaho ko, malaki yon. Pare-parehas kami doon, malaki yon, di ba? Pero ano bang mas importante sa'yo? Yung kumita ka para sa pamilya mo o entertain mo yung politics or intriga inside your workplace? That's simple. Di ba? Hindi ko kailangan ng politics. Hindi ko kailangan na... Well, probably it has something to do with the age also. By the time na nasa ABS ako, I'm more matured. Kaya siguro ganun din. But siguro when I was in my 20s, ay mag-aaway kami, di ba?
20s ka naman na nasa ABS ka.
Hindi, ano na ako, 30 plus na ako, 35 na ako. Eh. I'm quite old.
Oh.
Yeah. 30 to 35, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Gets.
it's older. You have priorities na yan. Somehow, swerte nyo, you don't need to experience that. Di ba? Kasi otherwise, kung mahina-hina ka, hindi mo talaga kakayanin din. Maganda lang pakinggan yung work in company, yeah, but yung realities inside, mahirap.
Ito yung isa pang sinabi mo na maturity, since ano na tayo sa topic ng maturity, no? You told me that even now, you are learning. And like when you
Yes.
enter business, there is a certain age where you will understand something.
Yes.
Na even though I hear it, like for me, even though I hear things, you know, like you will have to wait for that time when yung understanding
Yeah.
gets mo na siya.
Yes.
Kasi fit ka na sa maturity na yun.
Yes.
At ma-apply mo na siya ng maayos.
So, yun nga, in your case, huwag mo ikagagalit, no? Yeah, doing Pinoy How To, you're learning a lot and you want to apply it as soon as possible. Ang masasabi ko lang, hindi kailangan magmadali. Because sometimes it needs maturity for the right decision. Ang importante, you keep on learning, absorbing informations, then nag-grow ka. And then sooner or later, mararamdaman mo naman yan na it's the right time. Yeah. So, hindi kailangan ma-pressure kasi... hindi kailangan ma-pressure actually. Because you're doing good anyway.
Coming from you, hindi kasi pressure. Totoo ba?
So, it's a lie.
That's a lie. No,
Not about the person, no? Don't be pressure to anybody else, but sa'yo, doon sa pag-grow mo sa pagiging isang negosyante.
Okay. Nalinaw.
Okay? Kasi nga, it needs maturity for certain decision making. Baka hindi mo kayanin yung decision making kung minadali mo. Kasi as you age, nagbabago yung perspective. Diba? The way you react, diba? Mas calm ka, mas control mo na, ganyan. So, hindi pabigla-bigla yung mga decisions.
But also you have to try.
Of course, you have to try. Of course, you have to try, but not to the point na you're forcing yourself. Kasi, again,
It's important to try. Right?
yes. But, don't spread yourself too thinly. Kaya mo bang, sabi nga ni Sir Ricky Bonamy, sabi niya, mas madaling humawak ng bato, iisang malaking bato, mas malaking hawakan, kaysa doon sa buhangin na madami. Kasi yung buhangin na madami nalalaglag. But yung bato, hindi siya malalaglag once na nasa grip mo siya.
Wow.
Di ba? You're doing blogging, you're hearing a lot of things, di ba? And parang sinasabi mo kasi na parang it's always the same, di ba? Na you're interviewing a lot of businessmen, pero yung context ng sinasabi nila, it's almost the same, nagbabago-bago lang because nagbe-base sa kanya-kanya nilang experience. So parang sinasabi mo na, parang wala na yata akong matututunan kasi paulit-ulit. Right? You said that.
Hindi naman sa walang natututunan.
But that's nothing.
Ang sinasabi ko,
there's
parang I wanna learn
more.
more.
At wala ka nang matutunan halos.
Dun sa may mga speakers na parang hindi ko na alam. Kasi parang paulit-ulit. O, tapos isa pa yun na parang hindi ko na alam yung tatanong. Kasi parang,
paulit-ulit.
parang gusto ko gumraduate sa level 1. I wanna ask the level 2 questions. Yun.
Oh, well, yun nga. Pagdating doon sa kind of questioning, again, it needs maturity. 'Di ba? The more you're exposed to that, 'di ba? Nagbabago rin yung paano kang mag-construct ng sentences mo. Naturally, kasi nga live I mean, tape as live tayo. Wala naman tayong research, wala ka naman na script na binabasa and all. So talagang kung ano yung nasa mind mo, yun lang talaga yung lalabas. The more na ginagawa mo ng ginagawa yan, nagbabago rin, nahasa rin, 'di ba? Nahasa rin, nagbabago rin yung na iti-tweak mo konti rin para makakuha ka ng ibang sagot. 'Di ba? But again, it needs skills and maturity to do that. Ang sinasabi ko sa iyo, all these years sa tagal na ginagawa ko to, 'di ba? It's the same thing naman 'di ba? It's almost the same kind of questions to different people. Bakit ko siya ginagawa? Ngayon, iba naman yung perspective ko for that. Matagal ko nang alam yung sinasabi niya. But, possible, malaki ang chance, nakalimutan ko na yun, yung information na yun. So, pag nagtanong ako, somehow, nare-remind ka doon sa matagal ng learning na nasa'yo. Dahil nakalimutan mo, hindi mo siya nagagamit. At since lumabas ulit siya, magagamit mo siya. Kasi practitioner ka negosyante ka rin You're doing business, di ba? Blogging is a business, di ba? So, makakatulong din sa'yo yun. So, hindi ka gagraduate. Tuloy-tuloy yung learning. Kahit paulit-ulit, meron kang mapipiga. Habang tumatagal, nagmamature ka. So, hindi kailangan magkaroon ng ganong klaseng feeling. Of course, again, maraming factors yan Probably, pumunta ka doon, pagod ka, or, di ba? Or may ibang iniisip ka prior to that, di ba? Or sometimes, I don't know kung na-experience mo rin, sometimes, kahit na pinipilit mo yung sarili mo na maging open, na maging ma-receive yung mga informations, pero may research persons din na hindi rin open. Na kahit anong gawin mo, hindi rin lumalabas yung information. Ganyan. So, iba-iba Iba-iba. May maraming factors. Sometimes, yung to open the conversation, sometimes ang hirap diba? Ako pag ganun, I just keep on listening.
Yeah,
I have to
is
listen.
the key.
Kasi pinaprocess ko pa siya. And then pag na-process mo na siya, soon hindi mo naman mamalayan. You keep on asking questions.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
So, i-recap na natin kasi medyo
but-
overtime na tayo. Okay, so if you want to summarize yung usapan natin, Alex, paano? What's your learning today?
Oh my God. What's my learning today? Wait lang, ma'am. Wait lang, madami. Madami. Mainly on niche. Niche. Yan, that you cannot serve like the whole pie. So, kahit iserve mo tong maliit na percentage na to, it's still a lot. And yung clarity, I realize na it really will start and fall sa gaano ka-clear yung, I think, the vision mo, market mo, yun.
On what you want to do. Di ba?
Parang iba yun. On what you want to do? What do you mean? Inad mo ba yun?
Yeah. No. Going back doon sa discussion natin kanina, di ba?
Okay, gets ko.
Okay, so kung ano yung market na gusto mo, ano ba talaga gusto mo? If this is a bigger market but that's not what you want, then useless.
Yeah, yun. Exactly.
Yan. Alright, so medyo mahaba po yung naging ating discussion but I hope marami ho kayong natutunan. Itong mga pinagsasabi namin dito ay base lamang sa experience naming pamilya. No? Ganito kami nagdi-discuss kasi nga I'm glad na yung family ko ay they're helping me doon sa business at may kanya-kanyang business din silang hinahawakan at the same time at sabay-sabay natututo, no? And I hope na by tuning in dito sa agribusiness, ibang perspective din naman, no? Kasi madalas pag nandun tayo sa labas, kausap ko yung mga resource person, give them chance really to bring out kung anong meron sila. Kaya inahayaan ko sila na sila yung maging bida dun sa episode. So hindi ako nagpapabida. I just facilitate para mailabas nila yung kwento nila. But dito sa segment na to, because it's a family and a family business and we can discuss and obviously ako yung somehow andun yung paano ba sabihin niya, Alex? Yung more of the experience,
You're
something like that.
seasoned.
Yeah,
That's
oo,
the
parang
word.
on my own right. I mean, yeah, kasi 'di ba? Kasi pag sinabi mong season, that's subjective again. Other people might say na, sino man to nagki-claim na season? Okay, so I don't want to sound like that. So, yun lang naman. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in and abangan nyo po yung mas maraming podcast natin kasi habang tatagal, i-fix yung mga challenges dito sa studio. Again, thank you so much. Thank you for watching and sana tuloy-tuloy kayong sumuporta sa agribusiness kasi by sharing my knowledge, my experience somehow, no, hindi ako yung pinaka-expert, hindi ako yung pinakamagaling, but somehow meron din po akong experience na willing akong i-share para matuto po kayong lahat. Thank you. Okay, promote na natin yung Airbnb ni Alex.
If you're looking for staycation, meron po akong Airbnb. It's retro themed. That's not the usual Airbnb units that you will see in the market. Yan. So, upcoming things for Senya Studios, meron ako mga activities that we can do when you stay at my place. So, it's really not the usual staycation, but like it's really about having fun, having time for yourself and with your friends, doing activities na you wouldn't be able to do if you're just stuck inside your home. So, come visit Senya Studios. Book your stay now!
Agribusiness merch is now available on Shopee and Lazada. Agribusiness, how it works. Instruct, inspire, succeed.